We have just seen something for XRP that has not been seen in many years. The XRP price has just hit a staggering $3.65. And the coolest part about all of this is that it's all happening while Ethereum is not at an all-time high. While Bitcoin is at what? 120K, which is awesome, but when you really start breaking it down, there's not really been that crazy of a BTC rally. And I've been streaming the XRP price, fun chats and everything for the past, 10 or 11 hours. And want to know one really good conclusion? Normally, when the price starts doing something crazy, like breaking an all-time high, the chat is wild. Everybody's saying $15 is next and 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗲𝗪𝗔𝗐, but I made two very crucial observations. Observation number one is that even though we had a ton of people stop by, I think in total like 40,000 people, still, it's not that much for a bull run, for XRP, one of the biggest coins ever, breaking the all-time high. Again, I'm being humble here in saying I expected way more, not because of my entertainment value, which obviously, hey, come on, no, joking, right? But mostly because every single time previously where the XRP price went nuts, also the chat went nuts. The amount of viewers was just insane. Observation number two is when you start breaking it down, all these crazy things are happening to XRP when the majority of the major factors that we expect to push the price have not happened yet. XRP ETFs, for the most part, are not really here yet. Yes, there are some products, but the crucial XRP ETFs, nay. Ripple's banking partnerships or Ripple's banking status licenses, you can name them. The SEC dropping their parts in the lawsuit. There's a few more things I can mention that people have been looking out for when it comes to the XRP price that have not occurred here today. Matter of fact, XRP has been one of the best gainers in the entire top 100 today. And people are hating it so much. People are hating it so much that so many good things are happening to XRP holders right now. And I want to really take a good second here to state to every single one of you, congratulations. All right, this is a very slow clap, but I want to say congratulations to every single one of you who believe that this coin can hit the freaking all-time high. Right? We hit a freaking all-time high. Hey, what has been happening to these freaking charts, man? Whoa, man. And I'm not even talking about my XRP long, which by the way is also in about almost $400,000 worth of profit. And I've been buying $50,000 to $100,000 worth of positions here every single day. I mean, the bots are going absolutely crazy. Almost everything we opened. Whew. I mean, we're also up a couple $100,000 on these in the past few days. And I mean, my XRP 10,000 to a million challenge is right now at 40K. Like, it's at 40K. Before I move on, I want to quickly say, if you've not done it yet, make sure you press that freaking like button. XRP is at an all-time high. You have no excuse. You have no excuse not to press that like button. And if you wanted to find a platform to trade on, I've got my links down below. But more importantly, make sure you press that like button. We've already been able to compound how many times? Let's take a look at this. We've already been basically able to compound like 30 times in a span of 2 months, and we only need 95 to get to a million, right? Realize that for a second. This is madness. The whole idea with that is every single time we are up 5% on our XRP trade, we compound and we keep that up until eventually we are at a million. And things are going great. Also, XLM and 𝗕𝗓𝗪. 𝗕𝗓𝗪 has been going absolutely nuts right now. It's just really crazy. Our main XRP bot is doing amazing. I mean, just everything has been going wild right now. And in terms of APR as well, the gains we are making here is wild. But let's get back to the main core concept, which is, do I think that this is the end of the run, or do I think this is the start of the run? Well, let me break it down in a very simple manner. We have said on this channel for many months, actually a few years now, that how it's gonna look is we are probably going to see a massive altcoin rally between August of 2025 and January of 2026. I've been saying that for so long. Right now, we're seeing some altcoin moves, but like I said at the start of the video, Ethereum hasn't even hit an all-time high yet. Like I said, the chat box, and I was talking about these two major factors before, a lot of things are not lining up for us to be at the peak. Most of the coins, when you're talking about peak levels, should show that, right? But almost nothing is peaking. Ethereum right now is at 3,600, which is crazy, sure. But from a Bitcoin dominance perspective, Bitcoin dominance is dropping like flies. Really, it's still ridiculously high at 62%. And like I said, Ethereum is good at 3,600, but on ETH to BTC, this is the chart I've been talking about for the past few days of what I thought Ethereum BTC was going to do. I said we need to cross the yellow line first, which we are at right now. Then actually only once we get back above the blue line is ETH basically in a solid path versus Bitcoin. Right now, ETH is so cheap versus BTC, and I still don't think we can be at the end of the run until at least it's flipped, which still as at this point means 50% more gains on ETH, basically back to the all-time high, or matter of fact, slightly above it. This is a chart of the altcoins. It actually also includes ETH, because we don't usually like to see that when we're talking of alts, right? ETH is too big to be considered an alt in the others, like in most of our calculations, really. But this has been absolutely soaring. The entire crypto market hit $4 trillion for the first time, but just looking at this, I'm thinking, we have done really well. But we right now are in way better of a position than what we were back in November. But also, think about it from this angle. Every single time we went on a crazy rally multiple weeks in a row, take a look at this, right? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Look at the average gains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Actually 7, 8 sort of. Look at the crazy gains we saw right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Look at the crazy move. Right now we are 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I think we still got a few weeks in it. But generally also, just to put it into perspective, even if we were to have a little crash in the midst, it's still most likely that more likely that we are in this part of the run, right? This little runner up, than actually in this part of the run, like the upper part. Why? Because from a time perspective, from where we should be in the market, it makes more sense for us to have the crazy rally still coming than that it's behind us. I keep shouting that in every single one of my videos. I mean, a lot of coins are looking good. This is ETH here, looking at ETH versus the dollar. It's breaking out of almost every single angle, but still, it's really quite cheap here still, in my opinion. And XRP, let's quickly grab XRP here once. Let me find it. Here we go. Is looking amazing, sure. I mean, it's pumping so much, wow. But really, in the grand scheme of things, the majority of where we expect the pump to last towards, the majority of the move, is not yet in. What we had though is for XRP the highest daily close ever at 348, and ever since that happened it's mostly just been upwards as well. Just crazy to watch this go, especially because we were talking about this just last week at $2.20 or something. Also, many other altcoins, ignore this is for a different story that I explained before, like TRX right now are going absolutely crazy. Algorand has started a good pump, but when you look back to November, December, we've not even caught on to some of those prices yet. And we are seeing a nice little pump in the S&P, which might help everything, but fun fact, an altcoin season is signified with altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. We have seen that over the past few days here, as even though Bitcoin is steadily and surely going up, this is the Bitcoin daily chart, still the Bitcoin dominance is going down. What we believe is about to happen here is the biggest shift in wealth we have ever seen. And I believe some coins are going to do better than others, but I don't even like to jinx it. I don't even like to name some coins that necessarily will be at the top. All I want to say is that XRP broke its all-time high here. And I think, following the reasons I just mentioned, this is not the end. This is the start. And I, right now, am so long on everything. I've got everything still stacked here. You might be thinking, Dusty, aren't you afraid? I keep looking back at some of the posts people are making. First of all, that we've begun price discovery. Why have the target so low at 360, 70, whatever? It should be above 4 in my opinion. Second of all, I really liked Pentoshi's post here, which was, life is really freaking short. Take a chance. Go long, go try it out. I'm not your financial advisor. I will never give you financial advice. I am never making any guarantees for you and for your trading results, etc. Don't listen to me. I'm just a random guy on the internet giving his opinion on things. But, and we like butts over here. I like to always say that. If I could look back at time a little bit, every single time I talked about opening the craziest of longs, if I had just done that, the amount of extra millions we'd be up right now. And if I sometimes think about that and realize how easy it could have been, just one click. The counter is, of course, if the price goes against you, you're screwed. But sometimes, in good moments like the one we're seeing right now, it is a good question to ask yourself. Is it not worth a little bit of risk? Is it not worth it to take a chance sometimes that you could get a bit of inverse, right? You could go get the price going down a little bit. That's not it. I'm talking about you buying at the exact point where all this bullishness all of a sudden stops. Because in bull markets, it tends to go on a very, very long time. And all of a sudden, get a good little crash going, where everybody gets wicked out, they think it's over, and then it just keeps going. You might get a lucky and buy exactly that day. But here, all these days in a row, I've been buying tens of hundreds of $1,000s worth of coins. And it just kept on working. And the funny thing is, I am up hundreds of $1,000s in just a few days on a few of our positions. It's wild, right? And a lot of people might look at that and think, yeah, but. But sometimes it's literally just as simple as the trend is your friend. And I'll just leave it at that by stating we've been doing extremely well. I think, again, nobody knows what's going to happen over the next few hours. We've been selling a little bit of XRP at some of these points. We just cashed out about $42,000 just to be sure, right? It's always nice to keep yourself in a healthy flow of cash flow. Right now, again, because we cashed out 40, means we can, again, buy some dip. We can, again, use that with some leverage to buy maybe $400,000 worth of XRP. I always say cash flow is king, especially when you're stuck in positions for a longer time, right? You sometimes forget, I guess, to keep yourself in a flowy state. Money needs to come and go, And I'm just, again, going to get stuck watching at this price. But I'll also be streaming again tomorrow. If the price does something crazy, I'll probably be streaming the entire day again. I've been streaming for 10 hours today. Realize that. Make sure you subscribe if you didn't do it yet. I'll be updating the price every single day, and I'm excited. I'm about to do something crazy.